everyone and welcome back to another Absurd Heroine video. This is take 2. I recorded this yesterday and it went pretty well, but unfortunately something was off of the recording and it didn't record my voice from my microphone. So we have to redo it, of course, because you have to hear my beautiful, wonderful commentary, right? Alright, so what do we have here? Today we have Discard, and I will admit I have liked Discard ever since Hymn to Torok came out. I know Discard is kind of a spiky subject. Some people really like it and some people think it's the worst thing in the world. To kind of help that along, I'm going to play this on the latter because I don't think that people should be subjected to this in casual queue. I do think that it is a little evil. So we're going to be a little evil today. It's okay. It's okay. So what do we have? We've got our lots of removal pack. We have a big removal package, Bloodsheave's Thirst. Then we have Timurit the Chosen from Death, because if you're putting a lot of stuff in your opponent's graveyard, sometimes that stuff wants to be in the graveyard and you don't want that thing to be in the graveyard. So that's why we have Timurit in here. Inscription of Ruin is another discard card. So target opponent discards 2 cards, which is probably the way that we're going to be using it most often. Then return target creature card with a converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is Timurit, if we ever get to that. And then destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less, which is used fairly often too. But the cool thing about Discard right now is that all of the discard cards that we're going to be using have uses beyond just discard. And that's really important. Usually when you run a discard deck, half of when they don't have anything in their hand, when they don't have any cards in their hand, like half of your deck gets turned off. But the cool thing about what we have right now is that discard cards, or cards that do discard, also do other things for you, which is why I think discard is actually pretty strong right now. So this is one of our discard cards. Then we have Nighthawk Scavenger, and Nighthawk Scavenger's power is equal to 1 plus the number of card types among cards in your opponent's graveyards. I'm sure you've seen this guy. He's in all of the rogue decks right now, so just a really good way of getting rid of creatures, big fat creatures that are coming in with the death touch, and then also gaining us some life and flying over, dealing damage. This will probably be our win condition for the most part. Poison the Cup. Poison the Cup I found is really strong, is because when you foretell it, you can scry 2. So kill a thing, scry 2 for 2, which is really, really strong. And yeah, sure, you do have to pay 4 overall because you're foretelling it for 2, and then you're paying 2 to cast it once it's foretold. But you can put it in your foretell exile zone before there's any creatures on the field. So it's just kind of like an investment in the future. And I think that it's a really strong card. And then we have Extinction Event, because there are a lot of problems out there, a lot of big aggro-y decks out there, and we are pretty much a control deck, basically. So we want to control the board. Then we have Skull Raid, and this is the other, okay, this is the one that I was like, when I saw this card, I was like, oh my god, okay, we have to make a discard deck. So Skull Raid is target opponent discards 2 cards, and then if fewer than 2 cards were discarded this way, draw cards equal to the difference. So this is just an amazingly powerful card. This removes all of the bad things about what discard could be. If you have achieved your goal and they no longer have any resources in hand, then you draw 2 cards. You get rewarded for being a discard deck. So I really like this card a lot. And it doesn't cost very much. I mean, yeah, it costs 4 if you want to cast it straight out, but you can foretell it on turn 2 and then cast it on turn 3. It's a really, really strong card, and I love it. Then we have Rankle Master of Pranks, and this is just a really good get in there hasty boy that can do some shenanigans. It can make players discard cards or lose life and draw cards and sacrifice creatures, all sorts of good stuff going on in there. And then just like a 3/3 flyer is not a bad card to have anyway. Then one of my favorite cards in the deck, Covetous Urge. So target opponent reveals their hand. Then you choose a non-land card from that player's graveyard or hand and exile it. And that's very important that it's graveyard or hand, because at this point you might have just had them discard like a bunch of really good cards. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Beautiful. I have played this card before. I think I had this in my Yoink deck like many, many moons ago. I made a Yoink deck when Eldraine first came out. And this is just such a fun card to play with. It really, really is. And since we're playing mono black, the awkward, mana cost doesn't really matter too much. And yeah, we can basically have good picks of all of the stuff that's in their hand or in the graveyard that we've made them discard. So it's just a really good card. Just a really good card. And then of course we have Turgid. And Turgid is cool. She is super OP. I don't know if she belongs in this deck as much as I've put her in this deck. I mean, yes, if they discard cards while she's out, it's very powerful. But she's very expensive, and at the point where you cast her, sometimes they don't really have much in their hand. But we do have other ways of having them sacrifice creatures and stuff like that. So it's not like she's not good. And she definitely deserves to be in here. She does deserve to be in here. But she's definitely not my favorite card in here. So she has a place, and that place is at the very top end. And she's very powerful. So that's the entire deck. Let's get in there and be evil. We're Maleficent today. Let us freak out some good little fairies. Yeah, this looks great. So opponent goes first. We'll keep. Maybe they have a turn 1 drop, in which case we can Bloodchief's Thirst. And then next turn, Foretell our Skull Raid. Then Nighthawk Scavenger. All right. All right. Die, Fervent Champion. So Nighthawk Scavenger should be good in here too. So we're gonna Foretell Skull Raid. Another Fervent Champion, sure. Okay, Rimrock Knight. Bang. Okay. So we Foretell a Skull Raid. Then we can bring out a Nighthawk Scavenger. They probably will just remove it. Because they can Frostbite a Nighthawk Scavenger. So we might actually just want to Skull Raid them. Oh, we'll force them to have it. We have 2. We'll force them to have removal. And then we can Skull Raid them next turn. Okay, so they had it. Hopefully they don't move so fast for us that we can't keep up. Which is definitely a possibility. They could definitely do that. Can we take 4? Is this removal? Is the question. It's probably... We have to try. It's probably a Embercleave, is my guess. A Torbrand? Okay. Alright, so that would be too much damage we have to block here. Alright, I guess we should have Skull Raided then, eh? I don't think there's anything that we can do here. Yeah. Too fast. We didn't draw our board wipes. Okay. This isn't bad. Got a Timuret. Poison the Cup. Inscription of Ruin. Extinction Event is good. For the board wipies. Control. We shall keep. Alright, sorry about that. I had to do some upkeep off screen. Okay. I think we'll Timuret here. Rah. Let's see what they got. Maybe removal for our Timuret? No? Nothing. How interesting. Well, I will make you discard that nothing. Discard, friend. You aren't going to cast those spells? Then I'll just take them away from you anyway. How interesting. Vanishing Light? Sure. I don't mind. We have another one. And I think we are going to cast it and then poison the cup. And then we can Inscription of Ruin again next turn if they decide still not to do anything. Discard those cards, friend. All right. Yeah. No attacks, I guess. I could Bloodchief's Thirst the Cell Seed. That might not be like the worst idea in the world. Kind of don't want to though. Archon. Yeah? No. Yeah, because we're totally going to kill that one instead. Nighthawk Scavenger is good. We do want... Oh, alright. They were demoralized. I can understand. Okay. Yeah, we can keep this. We can Skull Raid on turn 3 here. An Inscription of Ruin. We might want to Timuret turn 2, then Inscription of Ruin turn 3. We're up against Yorion. Oh boy. Turgrid! Hey. Hey, girl. Okay. I'm not sure how well this deck performs against something like Yorion. So we'll have to find out. So we're just going to foretell. Okay. Cultivate. Alright. So this is probably... a ultimatum deck, is my guess. The Sultai ultimatum. You see a lot of these right now, for some reason. Not quite sure. I mean, I think they do well, so perhaps that's the reason why. Okay, land. Or maybe it's not. Or color? Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna Timuret. Actually, let's just Covetous Urge right now. See what they have. Artless Act, Elspeth's Nightmare. Seagate Restoration? They don't have anything crazy in their graveyard right now, so I don't need Elspeth's Nightmare. I think we'll just Seagate Restoration, honestly. I'm gonna let them cast that. Alright. Okay, sure. So they want to take a non-creature, non-land card from our hand, which is nothing. So that's cool. That's cool. Then we can Turgrid next turn. They see that we have Turgrid. Yeah. So they'll probably want to save a Heartless Act for that. Or not. Cool. So we'll Timmy. And probably just cast Turgrid as a Lantern, honestly. So, do the thing. Probably Elspeth's Nightmare here, right? Next turn we can actually Seagate Restoration if we want to. I could have cast just Turgrid just straight out, but against a control deck, I highly doubt that would be sticking around. So, hiya. Do the thing, friend. And I guess we'll Seagate Restoration. Man. Okay, they were waiting to negate that. That's fine. They just 2 for 0'd themselves. Okay, so we Skull Raid them? Just straight out? Ah. Okay. Seems fine to me. I mean, if they cast Ultimatum or something, sure. Alright, let's take Yorion and Ultimatum. It is an Ultimatum deck. I knew it! Maybe we should have left it in there just in case we got a Covetous Urge. So that we could cast our own Covetous Urge. Or Restoration or whatever. Alright. Do the thing, friend. And we'll do that, and we'll do this. And kill them next turn, hopefully. They don't draw something. Cling to dust, sure. So we definitely want to get rid of Cling to Dust. That was a pretty good draw for them. They have a graveyard full of stuff. And we can't, like, interact with that, can we? They exile... Can we... Is this in their graveyard right now? I don't think it is, right? Okay, but now we can. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? I think we can kick this now. So I guess we probably will. They were gonna counter our... It doesn't matter. The converted mana cost is not the same anyway. So I guess we'll just untap this. There's no reason for us to cast this right now. Okay. Cool. Did you draw something? An Omen of the Sea. Sure. Man, I really want a Covetous Urge. 2 top. Binding of the Old Gods. Okay, so that's my Lantern. Okay. But that's still not good for you, right? Okay. Cool. That worked out. Worked out for us. Rank up. I feel like that deserved to rank up. So this seems alright. But there are some other black board wipes out there. Okay. It's not good to be on the play against something like this. Kind of want to be on the draw. Or, no, I'm sorry. It's not good to be on the draw against something like this. I'd rather be on the play. To get ahead of them, you know? You know what I mean? Alright. So we are just going to hit their hand right away. Cool. Seems like mono white here. thought they might have another Heliod. Makes sense. Alright. So we're gonna Covetous Urge them here. Banishing Light and a Bazriket. It's very interesting conundrum here. I guess we take the Bazri? No, I guess we take... yeah, we take the Bazri, I guess.
Despite defeat, I am proud of us.
Hallowed Priest. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna Skull Raid them. Perhaps we should have taken a Banishing Light in this case. We'll play a Nighthawk Scavenger. And then we can Bazriket next turn. Is that like all of their Banishing Lights? Most of them. Okay. We are not gonna block. We'll just take 3. They'll give it lifelink. Turning that into a 4/4, but we shall Turgid here. Ah. Because they'll probably sacrifice these Alcedes. And then we'll get them. Oh. Oh wait, no, of course not, because they can't actually cast it. Got it. They can't actually cast, spend mana on it. Yeah. That's fine. How can they gain life here? Am I missing something? I don't think they can gain life. They can sacrifice their Alcide, which is fine. But they still won't be able to kill Turgid. And I get that, thank you. They will gain life. That's fine, I suppose. Next we get a Bazri.
We are a team. We succeed or fail as one.
And I guess we just attack with everything? This does feel particularly good. I'm not a huge fan of mono white life gain either. So I'm happy about this outcome here. Very cool. Very cool. All right. I mean, this could be better, but I think it could also be worse. Nighthawk Scavengers are good. Bloodchief's Thirst's good. Covetous Urge is also good. I would really like to have seen more discard, but that's all right. It's all right. So maybe we have another ultimatum deck here. In that case, we do want to get up to Covetous Urge as fast as possible so that we can ultimate them. Oh no, okay, just a simple little rogue deck. I kind of want to save that for more dangerous rogues. So we're going to do that. Okay. So this is more of a discardy rogue deck. Got it. No, my Skull Raid. Nighthawk Scavenger is gonna last 2 seconds against this deck. Rogues. Rogues Mill. We're also not good against Rogue Mill, by the way. We're not very good against aggro, and we also struggle against rogues. I mean, everybody struggles against rogues, let's be real. Okay. See what you got. How much do they have in their graveyard? They have 2. I think we'll take Crown of the Lock. We can take both of them eventually. All right. So I guess we Blood Chief's Thirst. That. Sure. Okay, 3 lands. I'm alright with that. Okay. So, we're not doing too bad here. Things could be way worse. Like, say if they draw... That's kind of a problem. Well, I suppose we can get rid of that easily enough. So, Turgi. I think maybe... I'm not quite sure. What do we do here? We could just Turgi. Okay. Sure. We cannot counter anything just yet. We do want to keep up Drown in the Lock now, if we can. Another Teferi's Tutelage. Oh no. That's bad. That is bad. Take action. Okay. Now we have to hope that they don't have any more drawing of cards. Spells. Do not draw any more cards. Ah, 1 on top. 1 on top. Uh-oh. No blocks. Of course. So now we keep up Drown on the Lock for anything and everything. And I guess we Lantern here too, right? Okay. Good. So we are gonna, you know, we are gonna lose some stuff. Hopefully this isn't an Into the Story. If this is an Into the Story, we are dead. If it's not, then awesome. Counter. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Okay. I think we might have just done it. Awesome. Wow. I was not expecting a win there, to be honest with you. Very happy we pulled that off. It was all because of the Covetous Urge. Well, this is an excellent hand if they have creatures. There is no way for us to know that. If this is a control deck, which people who usually play People who play as Ugin usually are control-y, so we're gonna mull it. We're gonna take that mulligan. And I guess put Covetous Urge underneath. I don't like to do that, but I think that's kind of the play. I think that's the correct play here. Okay. Oh my god, if this is mono red, I'm gonna kill myself. I mean, I'm not really, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna be like super upset if this is like mono red aggro. Oh my god, it is. Holy crap, dude. Alright, we have to hit their hand hard and strong. Let's do it. Before they can get their stuff out. Wow. I am very surprised they are not doing anything. Maybe they have nothing but creature removal in their hand. Yeah, you're gonna adventure something? It's not like it matters. You still have to dump 2 cards. Still have to dump 2 cards in your hand, friend. Wow, big fatties. Alright. Torbrand. Ow. Okay. Let's get rid of those last 2. Embercleave? Embercleave. Hilarious. Alright. We can at least block the Rimrock Knight with this. Okay. Or not. Or not. Not looking super good here. Even though we hit them so hard in their hand, it really still is not looking super good. Okay. Yeah, I'll block that one, thanks. Okay. We can't cast both of these. We don't have enough land. So we did. Are we dead? 1 life for each creature card removed this way. So we can gain 2 life. And that's all that we can do. We can only gain 2 life. Yeah. Yep, that's it. That's too bad. It's too bad. I can't believe that we got rid of the hand that would have been very good against them because we assumed that they were control because they're Ugin. Mind games. Mind games, man. This is very slow. I do not think we can keep this. So we're gonna mull. This is better. Put the Covetous Urge underneath and hope that we draw land. Which is never where you want to be. I'm not a fan of the whole hope that we draw land cards. Or, position. So Timur, this might be, we might be good against this if we make sure that we draw our lands here. Alright. So we're gonna put Poison the Cup underneath here first, rather than Skull Raid. Because if they do play a creature, we can scry. Which I hope they do, but they'll probably just ramp. Nope. Or not do anything. Which is also okay. Alright. I guess we'll Skull Raid Foretell now. Because I do want to start hitting their hand. Still nothing. Turn 4. There we go. Royal Scions.
My plan is crystallizing.
Ox of Agamus. Okay. So we're just gonna Skull Raid you. And then next turn we can get rid of their Ox. Does look like discard is part of their game here. Okay, they just got rid of some removal, which is good for us. I do want to save Timuret for getting rid of an Ox. So we're just gonna keep up Poison the Cup for any creature that they happen to cast. And scrying for more lands, hopefully. We can get rid of the Royal Scions later. It's not a big deal.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
I will learn what nobody yet knows. Learn. There we go. And a Riddle form. Sure. So, this is great. This Riddle form deck. Very cool. I'm a fan. Okay, so we do want land and Nighthawk Scavenger. Sure. Okay. Get rid of that Ox. Don't want to see any of that. We're going to get rid of the Royal Scions next turn. Sure. That is fine. I am okie dokie with that.
For the realm.
Can't have them be drawing a ton of cards or anything. Oh, they might have a counterspell. They don't. Oh, goody.
My thoughts were too frozen to win.
We can't deal with a Riddle form, though. Unless we draw another Poison the Cup. Okay. Good. So now we Nighthawk Scavenger. And put away a Poison the Cup. So now we can deal with both Brazen Borrower and Riddle form. One bottom, that's good. Two bottom. And a land. Sure, no blocks. Skull Raid. All right, let's get in. And bring out another Nighthawk Scavenger. Keeping up Poison the Cup. Scrying. Sure. One top. So they did find something. They did find something. Royal Scions. Okay. Sure.
Seems we've encountered
No big deal.
quest.
Okay.
Strike fear into the hearts of the wicked.
This game is going pretty well for us so far. Land, land. We don't need either of these. No, we don't need to block that. No, we don't need to block that. All right, great. Very good. I do like Riddle form decks. Very much so. We just happen to have all the answers for that one. So that's mono black discard. Yeah, we are super evil here playing this deck. Very, very fun though, especially against certain matchups. There are glaring strengths against certain matchups. We're very strong against mid-range and control. Aggro though, we struggle, and we could probably put in some other cards to help with aggro. I'm not probably going to show all of the games, but we only lost 3 times, and every game that we lost was mono red, and we never won a game against mono red. So if you wanted maybe to, I mean, obviously there's a sideboard. If you're going to play best of 3, you'd sideboard in, you know, lots of early removal. But if you wanted to have more chance against mono red, you could probably get rid of Rankle. Maybe a Turgid and Rankle. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 to put in like more mono black board wipes. I'm pretty sure there are better black board wipes here. Or just something that you can drop on turn 1 to protect yourself. Against mono red, I'm not 100% sure what you would want to do. Probably just early removal, right? Destroy the story. Like, just put in some eliminates, feed the swarms, heartless axe, like that kind of stuff. Let's put in 4 heartless axe. Just get rid of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that was mono black discard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed doing it for you. I am a huge fan of discard. So yeah, I'm sure you could probably tell. Anyway, until the next time that we meet, good luck in all your games. Ciao.